Hello. I am joined by a little emotional support guest today, but he will not be sharing his opinion, so no worries there. Also, I have new glasses. I am a very amateur tarot reader. I pull a card for myself pretty much every week, and at the start of the year I did a reading for the entire year, so I pulled a card for each month. And the card that I pulled for the month of April was the Three of Swords, which essentially means something painful is going to happen unexpectedly, and it may feel like a betrayal. This card has been significant for me in the past, so it does scare me a little bit when it pops up, but I was doing some writing about what it brings up for me and what I was feeling, and I was kind of feeling like I understood what it was warning me about. Mid-April, I come back from my hollybobs, so positive, refreshed, ready to face the world, reframing my struggles as an opportunity to practice speaking to myself kindly. But then, lo and behold, completely unrelated to what I thought I was being so aware of and prepared for, something painful happened unexpectedly, and it felt like a betrayal. And it was so much more than just the event itself, because it has been a recurring situation that has never been fully resolved despite my best efforts. And it was a situation in which I got lax with a boundary that I had kind of set in place in my mind. The word boundary can feel like a little bit of a buzzword, but this was an actual boundary. It was not a request that I had made of anyone else. It was a commitment that I made to myself, that I was not going to do a particular thing because it risks putting me in a particular situation. And then, mostly because I wanted to please other people, and I felt guilty that I'd been kind of holding this boundary, and the situation that I was avoiding had not actually happened for quite a long while. I ended up doing the particular thing that risks putting me in a particular situation. And of course, I ended up back in that particular situation. And I was so pissed off because, yeah, of course, like, not to blame myself at all, because I'm not at fault for the behavior of other people, but I am responsible for myself, and I didn't keep doing something that deep down I knew was keeping me safe. And the reason that I hadn't been in that situation for so long was not because other factors had magically repaired themselves. It was because I wasn't putting myself in the situation. So that was a real lesson for me, and a confirmation that I was doing the right thing, and I definitely will think twice next time I think about changing behavior like that. It's definitely not something that I will take lightly. It showed me that I can trust myself, and protecting myself does not necessarily mean that I'm running away from something, or that I don't have empathy for other people involved, or that I don't love other people involved. And just because people love me, that doesn't always mean that they will like the fact that I'm behaving a certain way. Sometimes people will actually test your boundary to see if you will hold it. And yeah, I'm realizing that it's actually quite important to hold it, and that it doesn't make you a bad person or a selfish person, because you could actually say, isn't it selfish of someone else to want you to do what they want you to do? But anyway, I have been very deeply hurt by the continuous situation that I've been experiencing, and it really feels like it came to a head this time, and that has been very strange, confusing, difficult to accept. I definitely haven't accepted it. I still feel like I'm holding on to hope somehow, despite having my hope smacked back into my face countless times before. And sometimes you actually don't have to get back up and try again, actually. Especially when it's been made very clear that your Sisyphean efforts are not wanted or appreciated. It's actually okay to put yourself and your safety and happiness and growth over the desire to repair a situation, over the fact that you do have understanding for other people, or hope or care or love for other people. That doesn't mean you can or should fix something, especially not if you're the only one making the attempt to do that. change actually requires all parties to participate. You truly can't force someone to change. No matter how much you change yourself, they have to want to do that. They truly have to want things to be different. It doesn't matter how many different angles you come at it from. Sometimes there really is nothing you can do, especially if it's just you doing. I've definitely been pushing my feelings down about this subject. Logically, I know they're all there and I can talk about them in this way, but I'm kind of refusing to feel them because I know that will be extremely painful to do that, and it will result in a reality that I don't actually want, but I kind of have no choice but to deal with because I'm actually already in that reality. I am actually quite a hopeful person, so I don't like letting go of things, but I guess sometimes hope can border into delusion. It is very hard to let go of something that you really believed you could solve, that you really had such high hopes for or such pure intentions, but sometimes that is not going to be seen, received, or wanted, and sometimes that's just that. So I'm going to try to do what's best for me from now on and take myself off a bit of an emotional roller coaster and not feel guilty for doing that because, yeah, it's truly not my guilt to even carry at the end of the day. But yeah, sorry for essentially vague posting, and let me know your thoughts on this kind of thing, betrayal, upholding your boundaries. Yeah, it truly was something that I clearly was doing in some areas of my life and absolutely wasn't doing in other areas of my life, and it was leading to me being completely emotionally walked all over. And I'm kind of done doing that. This is the year of me deciding to be slightly more self-respectful and take up a little bit more space in my own life. So yeah, this has definitely been a situation that is kind of forcing me to stick to my own word. My favorite thing of the week is Hello Kitty Island Adventure on the Switch. That has truly been my comfort game in these trying times. It has been holding me when I literally cannot do anything else. It provides me simple tasks, even if I'm doing nothing of worth in the real world. At least out there in Big Adventures Park on Friendship Island, I'm progressing. You know, like maybe I can achieve inner peace by making 100 mechanisms for Choco Cat's crafting challenge. And I'm actually going to go out on a limb and give a second favourite of the week, and it's James Blunt's 2004 album Back to Bedlam. Yeah. Sorry, way out of left field. But this was actually the first album I ever owned as a CD at the age of like 3 or 4. This album was gifted to me because apparently I loved his You're Beautiful single so much. But honestly, that's a mid song on this album. There are others that just go so hard, and Out of My Mind is my favorite right now. Singing that one as an emotional release, yeah, very effective. It's been helping me through. And yeah, it's just a really nostalgic listen for me. So yeah, love. I've not listened to a single other James Blunt song that isn't on this album, so sorry to that man. But like, some people's best work is their first album, and I kind of don't need to like taint the image that I have of them by exploring the rest of their catalogue. Anyway, take care, have a good day, goodbye.